Exploration, crafting, combat are the 3 words to best describe this game. By the time I finish making this video, I assume I will have 50 hours of game time in this pre-release title. This game is constantly surprising me with new areas to explore, new enemies to fight, new equipment to use, the different ways you can travel across the map, how unique the art style is and how beautiful it can look, and even to the small details of queuing up items in your inventory to equip. You can really see how much effort has been put into this game, and it really shows, and that's why I can't keep myself away from it. The game starts off with you dropping into an unknown land. You are greeted by a raven, and he gives you the one task of defeating the Forsaken. A simple goal, but one which will take time and effort to get to. At the start, you are aided with a bunch of tips from the raven Hugin, but then you are left to fend for yourself. Even into my most recent play session, we were still finding new ways to be more efficient at tasks at hand. The base gameplay loop is to explore, collect, fend for your life, and try and make it back home to reap the rewards. By saying this, you can refer to a bunch of other games like The Forest, Rust, Sea of Thieves, and so on. This is where Valheim stands out by having a variety of enemies that are weaker to different types of damage, locations you're about to pass but have to stop and investigate, and then running for your life when you're outnumbered or outsized. This game is meant to be played with others. Even if it is just the 2 of you, it sure does help when collecting resources in hostile areas. The game can be played up to 10 players, and from my experience so far, the more the merrier. Building a base is one of the other main attractions to Valheim. Starting out with enough wooden designs just from the base trees you can cut down, you can start building your fantasy Viking home. Later on, when you find different types of wood, you can start customizing the interior and having better supports for your structure. Once our town had multiple buildings and other elements, we started encountering loss in frames, but that was fine once we left the area or reloaded the server. Hopefully this can be optimized in the future, but it's not the worst. Crafting is a lot bigger than expected. You start by hunting deer and boar to get leather armor and picking up flint on the shores to get basic weapons. Later on, you can start smelting ores into ingots and creating a forge. All this is satisfying to accomplish and where the rewards of your efforts. Your equipment can break and will require repairs at your workbench or forge, which means you might have to run home or create a makeshift bench for the quick repair. Repairing equipment does not take any resources to do so. It isn't hardcore, and I think just going back to the workbench is enough of a task, especially when you are a fair distance away from your home. Food, on the other hand, is the biggest thing you have to manage. By consuming food, you have more health and more stamina, but it slowly drains over time. By hunting, gathering, and farming, you can start cooking up some big meals instead of eating raw mushrooms. The balance of managing equipment and food doesn't feel tedious, but still gives you a drive to get better food and more durable equipment so you can get on with more important things. Combat in this game is simple, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. The basics are swing or stab, or either block, parry, or dodge. All of these use stamina and have to be managed well. Pulling off a parry when multiple enemies swing at you feels great, and finishing them off with a lunge from your sword. Other than hand-to-hand combat, the other option is using a bow and kiting your opponent back whilst flinging arrows. The bow fires a little bit lower than the reticle, but I assume this to be changed in the future. The stealth mechanic is working, but a bit janky at times. Enemies that do not see or hear you take bonus damage on the first hit, so the game covers a few ways to engage in combat. Can't forget to mention your skills. Another big part of progressing and becoming even stronger is using certain weapons or tools you become more proficient with. As well, if you jump a lot, you can eventually jump higher and it costs less stamina. It makes you feel like you're getting rewards even when you are out exploring or just hunting for food. I can't wait to hit 99 in woodcutting. Valheim has captured me and my friends into a world of wonder and exploration. You feel like 5 minutes has gone past, and you realise you have been playing for another 2 hours. The game immerses you into this world with its changing in weather, music reflecting the different areas you're exploring, the day and night cycle. There is so much good with this early access game, and it's less buggy than Cyberpunk. The joy of discovering new locations and new equipment has kept me playing till early hours in the morning. The game is definitely worth the purchase if you're a fan of exploration, base building, leveling, or just having fun with friends. I hope you have enjoyed my first game review. For more future game reviews and Valheim gameplay, please subscribe and hit that bell to stay up to date. My name is Big Bodsta or Bodhi, and thanks for watching.